If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Johnny Fastlane here. So, Meg Thee Stallion is having issues with her record label, and 50 Cent says he's gonna produce Pop Smoke's next album. Plus, Flav just got kicked out of Public Enemy. Let's talk hip-hop.
When I signed, I didn't really know what was in my contract. I was young, I think I was like 20. And I didn't know everything that was in that contract. So when I got with Roc Nation, I got management, real management. I got real lawyers. And they was like, do you know that this is in your contract? And I was like, oh damn, that's crazy. No, I didn't know. So I'm not mad at 1501. I wasn't upset because I'm thinking in my head, oh, well, everybody cool. We all family. It's cool. It's nice. Let me just ask some niggas to renegotiate my contract.
Alright, so that was a clip of Megan Thee Stallion on live yesterday, right? And she basically is just talking about how she's having issues with her record label, right? So she explains that, you know, she signed this contract with 1501 Entertainment, right? And the CEO of 1501 Entertainment is Carl Crawford, right? And then the whole situation is, I don't know if y'all remember, but a couple months ago, Megan Thee Stallion picked up new management and she went to Roc Nation just for management, not to sign with them as a record label, but just for management, right? And then around that time, Carl Crawford, the CEO of 1501 Entertainment, which is her record label that she signed to in Houston, he basically came out with a statement saying that, no, Roc Nation is not stealing Meg Thee Stallion from us. No, you know, she's not signing with them. No, she's not leaving. She's just going with them for management, right? A lot of people didn't understand the difference between, hey, this is who I'm signed to as an artist, and hey, this is who my management is, right? Two different things. But then Jay Prince, who's an OG, triple OG in Houston, came out as well, and he said, y'all need to get y'all act together. How could you not know the difference between management versus actually being signed as an artist to a record label? And nobody at Roc Nation is gonna take Megan Thee Stallion away from my dude Carl, right? And everything was all good, right? But then a couple months later, you got Meg Thee Stallion on live complaining about issues with a record label, right? And basically she kind of explains that the lawyers at Roc Nation, her management team, went through her contract that she has with Carl Crawford at 1501 Entertainment, and they saw some discrepancies. They're seeing parts on there where it shows that, you know, Carl Crawford might be taking a little bit more than he should, or having his hands in more places than he should, or whatever the case may be, right? And then what Roc Nation advises Megan Thee Stallion to do is to go back to Carl Crawford and renegotiate the contract, right? So Megan Thee Stallion figures that, you know, I've been knowing Carl forever, right? We're all from Houston. I know Jay Prince forever, right? 1501, they've been with me since day one. So I'm gonna go back to somebody who I consider a family member and talk to him and try to renegotiate the contract so that it's better in my favor, right? Keep in mind though, Meg Thee Stallion, when it's better in your favor, it is not better in his favor, right? So of course, Carl Crawford don't give a damn about his, you know, past relationship with Meg Thee Stallion or how long they've known each other. He's like, no, we're not renegotiating the contract, right? So now they're at a stalemate, and now Meg Thee Stallion is not going to be dropping any music at all, right? And this whole situation is something that, you know, I could have seen coming from a mile away as soon as she signed with Roc Nation for management, because that is almost the same exact thing that happened with Lil Uzi Vert and his record label Generation Now. First he signed in Roc Nation for management. He was still on Generation Now as an artist. Then he was going back and forth with DJ Drama, and then he said fuck the record label, and then he shouted out Jay-Z and said thank you Jay-Z for getting me off the record label. So what that means is that Roc Nation probably bought Lil Uzi Vert out of his record deal with Generation Now, and now Lil Uzi Vert is signed to Roc Nation for management and as an artist, and now he's gonna drop his album like in a week or two, right? And I see the same thing happening to Meg Thee Stallion, right? So it is gonna be a sad day when Carl Crawford really actually loses Meg Thee Stallion as an artist, but then she's going to be completely on Roc Nation, right? Which is going to be a whole lot better for her and not so good for him. But if he made a Meg Thee Stallion, I'm not saying that he made her, but I'm sure that he has other artists in the pocket. Plus, he rocks with Jay Prince, so I'm sure Jay Prince will help him out, right? So Carl Crawford went on his Instagram, actually, and, made a statement. So he put up this picture with him and Jay Prince. This was about maybe 12 hours ago or something, right? And he says, at a time where loyalty is at an all-time low, it's nice to link with Jay Prince, who is steady teaching me how to move in this cutthroat industry, and I know that terrifies some, especially the ones who double-cross me. Payback is a bitch. 1501 mob ties, right? So basically, he's saying that, copy, I got you, you could do what you want to do, but you staying in this contract, and Jay Prince is going to teach me exactly how to do it, right? Which is all crazy, but hopefully Meg could figure it out. And a world with no Megan Thee Stallion music is insane. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, so 50 Cent is a major troll, right? And it's hard to kind of tell when he's serious or when he's trolling, right? So last week he was kind of trolling, but he was kind of serious because I'm sure, alright, so last week, it was announced that Paul Rosenberg is stepping down from being the CEO at Def Jam because basically the only artist that he even put any money, power, or cared about was Kanye West. Meanwhile, 2 Chainz is over there and Dave East, and nobody else is, really coming out hard. And a lot of those artists, like 2 Chainz especially, has been saying that, listen, the record label's not helping me out at all. Everything you see me doing, it's all for me and my own accord. So I'm moving like I'm independent, and these dudes at the record label aren't helping me, right? No results from Paul Rosenberg at Def Jam, so he steps down, right? So 50 Cent kind of trolls the internet by saying, look, I've decided to take the job as the new CEO of Def Jam, right? Which is kind of funny, but 50 Cent would probably be a good CEO of Def Jam, right? But the whole situation is there's an artist on Def Jam who just passed away, right? Pop Smoke, which is horrible and crazy, and RIP to the Brooklyn rapper Pop Smoke, right? But the whole thing is that 50 Cent then yesterday goes on Instagram, he puts up this picture and he says, I have decided, I'm on the move, I'm listening to Pop Smoke, and I've decided I'm gonna executively produce and finish Pop Smoke's album myself, right? So basically, Pop Smoke is a Def Jam artist. 50 says that he wants to be CEO of Def Jam, and now he's also saying that he's gonna executively produce and finish Pop Smoke's album, right? Keep in mind though, Pop Smoke just dropped the album like 2 weeks ago. So this new Pop Smoke album is probably not gonna come out probably for a couple months, and this probably is gonna be the best album because, Pop Smoke was just kind of like dealing with his own self, and, he had A Boogie and Lil TJ, a lot of young dudes and Def Jam and everybody, stood behind him on Meet the Who Part 2, right? But this one, if 50 Cent gonna executively produce it, I'm sure that there's gonna be a lot more bigger name features, and there's gonna be a lot of advertisement put behind this, right? So then after 50 Cent announced that he was going to executively produce this, a lot of people in the comments were like all for it, right? So, you got Papa the Don, who's like, hell yeah, let's do it. Rod Swish with the blue hearts for Pop Smoke. Fetty Luciano, he's from GS9. He's like, hell yeah, blue hearts, fire. A lot of people are like, hell yeah, let's do it, right? Somebody even said, yo, 50 about to shake the fucking room, right? So 50 is about to do this shit. Well, we don't know if he's about to, but it seems like people are with him doing it, right? So then, who's the hottest rapper out right now? Roddy Ricch, of course, right? So 50 Cent reaches out to Roddy Ricch and he's like, yo, I got Roddy Ricch on deck. Because basically he said, yo, Roddy Ricch, I need you to feature on this new Pop Smoke album, right? And Roddy Ricch is like, copy, I'm down, I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? So 50 goes, I got Roddy Ricch on deck. This shit is gonna be stupid. And then he goes, Drake, where you at? He wants Drake to be on the Pop Smoke album too. He's like, Drake, where you at, nigga? Don't start acting light skin on us, right? So, all right, if he's gonna have Roddy Ricch on there, and Drake ain't gonna respond on social media, but Drake probably will drop a verse on Pop Smoke shit, right? This is going to be crazy, right? Somebody says, yo, you should put Pop Smoke's brother on there, which would probably be dope because that's the last person who was with Pop Smoke anyway, right? And then 50 Cent goes back on Instagram and he's like, yo, Chris Brown, yo, nigga, I'm gonna need you on this record too. But what did you do to your hair, blood? LOL. Just trolling Chris Brown. But Chris Brown and 50 Cent are mad cool. They always been cool. And, 50 Cent in the past has said that Chris Brown is even better than Michael Jackson, right? So I think that this is going to be fire. And if we're getting a new Pop Smoke album in a couple of months, executively produced by 50 Cent with Roddy Ricch, Drake, and Chris Brown on it, just to name a few, then this is gonna be ill, right? And you can't really, like, you know, get mad at 50 Cent for having a bunch of features on this new Pop Smoke album, because I am sure that Pop Smoke has a few or a lot of unfinished songs and nothing that's finished, so you're gonna need to lean on these other artists to finish the songs for him, right? So it's gonna be a whole collaborative effort, and it'll probably be really fire, right? But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. All right, so here's the situation, right? 2 days ago on Friday, Bernie Sanders was in North Carolina. He was doing a whole rally, right? And it seems like these Democratic candidates love to bring an artist out to try to get the black vote. And when I say artist, I mean a black artist or a rap artist, a hip hop artist, right? So like Tom Steyer brought Juvenile out and he was backing his ass up, but Bernie Sanders kept it a little bit, you know, more political, and he brought Public Enemy out, right? Which is pretty cool because, you know, they're like fight the power and all that stuff like that. Well, it wasn't really Public Enemy, but just Chuck D, right? But they were playing, you know, different songs, and of course Flavor Flav's voice was heard at the rally, and of course they're using like his clock and a lot of Flavor Flav images during that rally as well, right? So after the rally though, Flavor Flav saw this and he had his lawyer send a cease and desist letter to Bernie Sanders and his campaign management, basically saying to not use Flavor Flav's likeness or Flavor Flav's voice in anything that he's trying to do, right? So the letter kind of reads in part, and this is from, you know, Flavor Flav's lawyer, Flav has not endorsed a political candidate in this election cycle. The continued publicizing of this grossly misled narrative is, at a minimum, careless and irresponsible, if not intentionally misleading, right? And it goes on and on. It is unfortunate that a political campaign would be so careless with the artistic integrity of such an iconic figure in American culture, right? Basically, Flavor Flav is like, listen, I'm not endorsing Bernie Sanders at all. I need my lawyer to let everybody know that I'm not endorsing Bernie Sanders. So for him using one of my songs or one of my group's songs at his rally, and you got Chuck D there, is looking like I support this and I don't, right? So, you know, Chuck D saw that and he basically made an announcement saying that Flavor Flav will no longer be with Public Enemy, right? So basically he says, Public Enemy and Public Enemy Radio will be moving forward without Flavor Flav. We thank him for his years of service and wish him well, right? Which is insane because they're like, thank you for your years of service, goodbye. Basically, you're fired, right? Like, I don't know if they're still in contract as far as their group goes, but probably not. But that's insane that a Chuck D would, after 35 years of Flavor Flav being in Public Enemy, to just be like, hey, we're parting ways. Thank you for your service, you're fired, right? So that kind of lets me know that they probably behind the scenes already had some issues that were going on, and that Flavor Flav didn't really give two shits about the letter that he was sending to Bernie Sanders or his campaign management, and said, yo, I'm not with these dudes. And then Chuck D said, oh, you're not with us? Copy, right? But then again, did Chuck D say, Flavor Flav, come on out to the campaign trail, let's do this together? Did Chuck D said, come on out, I'll pay you, you know, $1,000 a night while we dancing around like coons with Bernie Sanders? No. So I could understand why Flavor Flav did that. You know what I'm saying? The whole situation is crazy, man. Let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Johnny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.